Hi friends, and welcome back. Today we're going to get into a really gentle, slow movement flow. So feel free to maybe grab a bolster or some pillows if you have some. Maybe you want a blanket, whatever it is that makes you feel cozy and comfortable, because that's what our practice is all about today. So we'll get started, just seated at the center of your mat. And we're going to take a little bit of a longer meditation here at the beginning of our practice. If you'd like to lay down or maybe start in a child's pose or somewhere more restful, feel free to get into that posture now. But wherever you are, let's take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let's close down the eyes. Maybe settling the shoulders down along the back body. If you're seated, maybe tucking the tailbone slightly, tucking the chin slightly, reaching up through the crown of the head. Really beginning to ground down through the lower half of the body and any parts of the body that are touching the floor. Inhaling, filling the lungs, feeling the rib cage as it expands, the chest as it expands. And as you exhale, maybe parting the lips and gently sighing out all of the air. Let's take a few more really deep breaths like that. Inhaling, filling the lungs. Maybe we breathe in for the count of 4. And then hold that breath at the top. Feel the expansion in the lungs. And then slowly for the count of 7 or maybe 8, exhaling, letting the air gently escape from the body. Emptying the lungs all the way out, feeling the belly button draw towards spine. Then inhaling again, holding at the top, and then extending that exhale nice and long so that we're beginning to really calm the nervous system. Using the breath to tell the body and the mind that we're here, we're okay, everything is good. This is our quiet and safe space. The breath is really our vehicle for bringing attention and awareness to the present moment and inviting that quiet that may not appear in much of the rest of our day. And then maybe checking in with the body, just doing a gentle scan, starting with the feet and the toes, bringing the awareness up through the shins, the knees, the hips. Maybe checking in and just noticing where you might be holding tension, where you might be able to release. There's no judgment for any of the tension that you may find, just a noticing. Bringing that awareness up through the core, through the belly, relaxing there, softening, finding spaces where you can really be gentle with yourself. Bringing that awareness up through the shoulders, the neck, the muscles in the face. Letting the corners of the eyes and the brow be soft, maybe even relaxing the tongue and the jaw. And then with your next inhale, I offer that we bring our hands to heart center, palms to touch, thumbs against the sternum. And take a moment just to pause and reflect on the energy that you are bringing to this practice. Notice your existing state. All of you is welcome here. All of you is accepted. And then maybe offering yourself an intention for what you are hoping to get from this practice today, what you are hoping to bring with you once you leave the mat. And then taking a big inhale in, and as you exhale, gently placing the hands over the eyes, just softly, so that we can begin to flutter the eyes open. Coming slowly back into the light. Inhaling here. And as you exhale, letting the arms sweep down towards the hips. Reaching the fingertips to one side. Maybe the left fingertips creep out, maybe the right. Whatever feels right to you. And inhale, sweeping the opposite arm up and over. Opening chest towards sky. Maybe letting that top hand just hang gently, or maybe reaching through the fingertips. Nice side body stretch. Inhaling and exhaling. Next, inhale, let's reach that top hand up and over, sliding the bottom fingertips over towards the hips, and then switching, so dropping the opposite hand to the earth and reaching up and over, feeling that side body stretch. Again, letting the elbow hang heavy if that feels good, or maybe extending through the fingertips. Spiraling heart towards sky. Being gentle with yourself here in these movements. And then with your next breath, inhaling, bringing the spine to a vertical position. And from here, we're going to extend one leg forward and tuck the other leg in. And we'll start just with some gentle stretches here. So inhaling, lifting the chest. And maybe this is a point where you bring in a bolster or a pillow and you set it across that top leg. And then as we exhale, we're going to fold forward. Maybe you don't want a pillow in your practice and you'd like to remove it and fold forward onto that leg. Again, all just options. Maybe you don't have any props and you'd like to just let the body hang here in space. Find what feels good for you. There's no perfect way to do this. The only thing we're looking for is that we're noticing our body. We're taking time to really sit in the sensations of the present moment. Taking time for ourselves. Maybe taking time to turn inward and notice what arises within us when we move our body in certain ways. And we give ourselves time to think. With your inhale, I invite you to reach the crown of the head forward and reach the tailbone back. See if that can offer a little bit more space. Maybe see if we can actively engage the hamstring towards the floor. Maybe you play with flexing the toes or pointing the toes. Different sensations. All just options. If you're feeling any tension in the shoulders, let go. With your next inhale, let's look forward first and then gently raise up, walking the fingertips back towards the hips. And then let's go ahead and take that bent leg and extend it long. Shake out the legs, maybe remove the fleshy bits so that we can sit our bones down onto the floor. And then again, option to take that bolster and settle it right on top of your legs or that pillow. Inhale, straighten through the spine, and as you exhale, fold forward. Maybe coming to rest on that pillow. Maybe stacking the fists and letting the forehead rest. Or maybe not, and using the pillow at all and allowing the chest to melt towards the legs. Option here to bend the knees if that feels right to you. Just listen to your body and what it might be needing. Deepening the breath, shrugging the shoulders away from the ears. And if your hands reach your feet, maybe you give your feet a little massage here. Gently digging into the heel, the outside edges of the feet. Again, all just options. We're here just to find a little more space, to focus on our breathing, to get centered in our bodies. Let's take 3 more deep breaths here. Maybe the eyes are soft. With your inhale, reaching the crown of the head forward, and with your exhale, melting the heart a little closer to the earth. Your next inhale, let's look forward. And then gently walk the fingertips back, coming to that neutral seated position. Let's take Dandasana or staff pose. We're going to flex the heels of our hands and shrug the shoulders down towards the earth. Shrug the heels of the hands down and really feel the spine elongate. Tuck the chin in towards chest. Pull the toes back towards the shins. Flex the feet. Really actively invite the calves towards the floor. So we're just sitting, but every muscle is engaged and active. Pull belly button towards spine. Lift the heart. Broaden the collarbones. Maybe bring a gentle smile to the face here. Inhale. And then as you exhale, release that energetic tension. And let's invite the right knee to bend, bringing the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. We'll take that Janu Shasasana, head to knee pose on this side. So option here, bring that bolster that pillow back to the leg and fold forward gently, or remove it if it feels right. Use a strap if that feels good. Use a block if you have it. But wherever you are, inhale, reaching the heart forward, and as you exhale, melting towards the earth. Maybe you let the head hang heavy here. Maybe you gently rock the neck side to side, just getting a little bit of motion that feels good. Or maybe you really find stillness. And we'll take a few breaths here. Bringing awareness to the sensations in the back body. Maybe inviting the right knee closer towards the earth. Shrugging the shoulders away from the ears and taking the ego out of it. There's no need to bend farther than feels right in your body. You're meeting your edge, and then staying there until you can find a new edge, and then stay there. No rush to be somewhere that you're not. Take a moment to really reflect on the thoughts that might be arising in your mind. In yoga, one of our practices is to calm the chatter in the mind. We do that through awareness, first of physical sensations. That's the asana, the physical practice. But then through other practices such as self-study and through breathing practices, meditation practices. So in these moments, we are encouraged to notice the thoughts that are arising, but only that. Don't hold on. Just let them go. They're just thoughts. No need to bring them with you into the next moment. Next inhale, let's look forward. And then gently walk the fingertips back towards the hips, coming to a seated position. And we'll send the feet long. And then let's scoot the hips forward a little bit, and we're going to come down onto the back body. We'll take a couple of twisting postures before we come to rest. This has been a really delicate and gentle practice. So take a moment, spread your arms wide like a T, and then let's bring the knees in towards chest. And as you exhale, drop the knees over to one side. Maybe looking over the opposite shoulder. Breathing here as you inhale, filling up the lungs, and as you exhale, seeing if you can deepen the twist, really rooting down through the shoulders. Then inhaling, bringing the knees back through center and dropping them over to the opposite side. An option here to drop them onto a bolster or a pillow to make this even gentler if that's what your body is asking for. Or move those bolsters out of the way if that feels good. Maybe looking over the opposite shoulder. Maybe closing down the eyes. Inhaling, filling the lungs, and as you exhale, seeing if you can twist a little deeper by really inviting the shoulders towards the earth. With your next inhale, I'll invite you to look back towards the ceiling and bring the knees in towards chest. And then we're going to set up for a really gentle, comfortable Shavasana. So I'll invite you to take your pillow or your bolster and place it behind the backs of the knees. And maybe you grab a blanket to be nice and warm and cozy. And you cover yourself with the blanket. And then gently rolling down to a comfortable resting position, palms facing up. Maybe you have a small pillow that you put underneath your neck. And closing down the eyes and settling into the next few minutes of complete and total relaxation. We'll end this practice together by completing another body scan, just checking in with how we're feeling after these gentle movements and how we're feeling after taking these minutes of presence to really be with ourselves and to give ourselves some nurturing care. So let's bring that awareness to the toes, to the ankles, to the knees and the hips. And just notice the aliveness and tingling that is there. And then bringing that awareness up through the back body and the core, the rib cage. Noticing any places that remain sticky or have relaxed. And again, not passing judgment on any of the things we are noticing, but just being aware, tuning into ourselves, beginning to recognize what we feel and what we need. And then bringing that awareness up through the arms, the shoulders, the neck, and finally the face. I'll invite you to really relax the muscles in the face. Let the brow be smooth and soft. Let the jaw be slack. Let the tongue and the mouth be soft. And maybe, just maybe, bring the feeling of a smile to the corners of the eyes and the corners of the mouth. Maybe let the inside of the mouth lift feeling that soft palate begin to expand and create more space, and noticing what this slight change in sensation does for our mood. Your body, your brain, the union between them, the breath, the life force that flows through you. They are intelligent. You are intelligent. The practice is to pay attention, to pay deep attention to that intelligence which is in you, which tells you you already are everything that you're looking for. As always with this practice, I invite you to remain here as long as feels good. But if you are ready to re-enter your day, or maybe to go to your final rest tonight, take a deep breath in before moving the body. And as you exhale, gently wiggle the fingers, the toes, maybe roll the wrists, maybe extend through the toes and reach the arms up high overhead, full body stretch, reawakening softly and gently into this moment. And then rocking gently and slowly onto one side, maybe cradling the head and the arms, and slowly working your way back up to a seated position. Maybe taking that bolster or that pillow and setting it underneath your hips, giving you a little more height. Extending through the crown of the head, letting the palms rest on the knees, maybe face up if you're feeling open. And grounding here through a few more deep and long breaths. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that at the end of this practice, you are feeling a little more centered and relaxed. I hope this brought you some peace in your day. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.